Welcome to Cleantech TV. My name is Giles Parkinson and we're joined by Deb Noller from Switch Automation. Can you give us just a brief description of what the company is and what it does?
Thanks, Joel. So Switch is a cloud-based platform. We do automation solutions for homes and green buildings. So primarily we target as our core market apartment buildings because we have IP intercom and we also have in-home energy displays, but we can provide a whole range of other services on the back of that same backbone. So for example, lighting control, audio-visual control, streamed media content.
Sounds to me we're sort of talking here about the start of a sort of smart grid applications and those sort of things. Is that what we're talking about? And can you perhaps explain exactly what these building managers will be able to do with your technology?
Smart grid is primarily a service that's being rolled out by the utility companies. Our service is really aimed at the people who live and work inside of the green buildings. So if you look at property developers that are looking to deliver services on the back of an infrastructure that they're already delivering. So for example, if you take some of our developers, they're already putting in a fibre network and they can offer a whole range of additional services on the back of that same infrastructure. So it's quite cost effective and it also delivers really good energy management. So we're a little bit different to the smart grid because we do real-time energy monitoring, but we also do water and natural gas, which is not what the smart grid can deliver. And then we can actually drill down into the data. So we can actually tell a homeowner or a tenant where they use that energy or where they use that water. So what time of the day, what devices, what room. And then once you know that information, you can then use some of our automation strategies to control that energy consumption.
So how do those automation strategies actually work? I mean, perhaps give me an example for a homeowner, for instance, and what would they be able to do and how would they do it?
Our platform sits over the top of all of the other subsystems and devices in your home, and we have a two-way communication with all of those devices. So how extensive that integration is completely up to the homeowner. They can subscribe to one or many of our services. So they might, for example, just do lighting control. So they would hook up their lighting system, which would allow us to control all of their lights, their floor heater, their tower rails, their irrigation system, and it's a two-way communication that we have. But equally, they could hook up, they could go the whole shebang and have all of their televisions and home theatre control and multi-room audio, so they can actually take it quite a few steps down.
Are they handing over control to you, or are you, or do they have control themselves?
They have control themselves, of course. I mean, there's no point us taking control of the home. It has to be completely simple to use and easy to install too. And that's what the cloud delivers. It delivers a platform which is easy to roll out. And we learnt that over the period of time that we've been doing homes using a hardware model. It just wasn't scalable. And once we started doing apartment buildings, we realised that the cloud was what we needed to be able to do a truly scalable rollout. So we completely redeveloped our whole platform for the cloud.
And I'm guessing that it's that cloud platform that makes your product relatively unique.
It is. I don't believe there's another product that's cloud-based that has the same broad range of services that we have. I've seen some cloud platforms that do security monitoring, and there's some that do energy monitoring that hook up to smart grid back-ends that will give you some sort of energy management. But there's nothing that's truly a full automation platform.
Okay, and one final question. I guess then, having this product, I guess the question is, where's the demand, or what is the demand? I mean, are homeowners, are businesses more attuned now to sort of, efficiency and savings in water and electricity? And I guess another supplementary question, is there a difference between the way that's been viewed in Australia and in the US? You've recently made a visit there.
I don't think it's a lot different between Australia and the US. Both countries have a very strong sustainable building industry. More and more companies are moving from traditional building practices into sustainable building practices, and that's driven not only by government regulation but also by market demand. All of our green building codes are voluntary. There's no There's nothing forcing companies to build sustainable buildings, but they're doing it because there's a demand for it. So residents now can see that, you know, that they want to buy an apartment that's been built to these building codes, because it'll cost them less in the long run to operate that apartment than if they bought a traditional apartment. So it's definitely being driven both by the market and the government is also driving that demand. But we see the whole energy management aspect of what we do as driving home automation. That is the thing that will drive home automation growth.
Thanks very much for joining us today, and good luck with the business.
Thank you very much.